going to start from one end and get back to what most people are here for. First, I do want to congratulate Wanigan and for the receipt of the state grant. Mike and his team are doing a great job to help increase draw to his part of town. And since he put the work into getting that grant, he's entitled to that grant that is on the agenda. Second, for the Lafayette Bridge meeting, I was disappointed that the meeting was changed to virtual only. And this project has been in limbo since they had the meeting in March, saying it would be starting in August. So I'm hoping that this is the last delay before this project gets started, because this needs to be, like, we've been putting a Band-Aid over a scar for too long. It just needs to be fixed. Items that were pulled that I didn't have to pull because someone did that for me. The e-cop and app system, I know the pricing is low on those, but I did have somebody ask me, and it was a good question, why are we going all the way to Alabama for assistance on that? Are there no tech companies in the area that are competitive? The dollars were low, so sealed bids may not have applied for that kind of job, but it seemed that we had to go all the way down south for that. It was kind of ridiculous. My note on Station 5, I did not have a note until it was said that the closure was in the budget. In the May release of the budget packet, I just searched it when it was said, Station 5 isn't mentioned once in the 233 pages. Searching fire didn't bring anything mentioning the location. Searching the word station brought up mostly substations from the electrical department. Just cleared up, the packet did not mention Station 5 directly. On to the Backus Street project. This is a high dollar item. It's over $1.5 million to repair where it has actually 0 residents right now. It's all industrial and all commercial. But I know the businesses there could use it. Northern Concrete needs another egress out of their property for shipments. But I wish the owners of the Press Light building over the past 40 years would have done something with it, either demolish it or just sell it to somebody at a loss, because they took a bad investment on that building, and that would have helped improve the area. And now what looks like a meaningless fix that needs to be done because the street is collapsing would not have had to happen in this way. Finally, on the the communication item submitted to the city, I do find it frustrating that we have to accept communications that are unsigned by people outside of Bay City. If you're serious about what you submit to the city review, have the dignity to at least put your name to it in pen. From the list, I could not find 2 of the people's names in Bay County's GIS system as residents of Bay County. If you don't live here and you're trying to put pressure on public safety here, maybe you should reevaluate your priorities and focus on your township's public safety. Packet also listed as one person living in 2 separate townships, which I find just like glorious body double conspiracy level stuff right there. At issues, in fact, the items listed in the communication mostly came about as a way to go after minorities. For example, Chicago's 1992 loitering law was found unconstitutional by the US Supreme Court in the case Chicago v. Morales, and had to be rewritten to include actual criminal activity. As stated at the last meeting, just being homeless is not a criminal act. Vagrancy laws have also have a checkered history in America. In the 1960s, at the height of the civil rights movement, vagrancy laws were challenged, specifically in Papa Cristo versus the city of Jacksonville. And now, most laws about vagrancy only disallow aggressive panhandling, not existing in a manner unacceptable to a specific law enforcement officer. Aside from that, it was noted that if the last meeting as well, that if we just went in and chased out all the people out of the encampment, we would spend almost entirely all of our street hours for patrols getting those people back out, because everyone would be calling about them. The community exists there, and at this point there is no hard solution. So anyone who suggests just chasing them out is going to cause a bigger problem than what they think exists right now. Finally, I do want to note that it has been 5 years since the Bay County Housing Commission presented their 3-story unit buildings and townhouse rows at the old Y property. There has been 0 movement on that since then. I understand that is not this body that makes that final decision. But imagine an extra 100 supported and subsidized units in town. Homeless shelter apparently has everybody there with coupons for apartments, but there are no apartments available in Bay City. Imagine if we had almost 100 units 4 blocks down from there, where they already walk around to their areas to just live. It would help relieve the situation. I would prefer units not be built in a locked community, but instead spread out throughout the city like they did in the 80s and 90s with the duplexes and ranches throughout town. But I understand that was not in that proposal. But imagine 100 more units to help support that section of our community. Thank you.